The most recent snowstorm turned into a matter of life or death for an Essex man. Suzanne Collins reports he desperately needed a heart transplant, and suddenly, mid-blizzard, a heart became available.
Heart transplant patient Michael Yater's checked today at University of Maryland Medical Center, and she lets him listen.
It's a beautiful sound.
Yater's prognosis was dire, having genetic heart disease. But in the middle of last week's snowstorm, he got a call he'd waited for months.
We got a phone call Tuesday night around 7 o'clock saying that there was a heart possibly available. They were still waiting some test results to come back. They'd have them about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
The cardiologist knew that her patient would have to dig out in the midst of the snowstorm, and he still might not make it to the hospital from his home in Essex. Yet it could save the 51-year-old's life.
I'll never forget when I called him and said, I think I've got a donor for you. And I said specifically, it's not 100%, but because of the snow, I want to tell you early.
Yater's wife went out in the dark with a snow shovel in hand and more than 2 feet covering their cars, and his four-wheel drive blocked by her car.
So she went out and started cleaning off. The neighbors happened to notice. They asked what was going on.
Before long, 5 people joined in. Another friend said if needed, he could come in a Hummer. Once out of his driveway, Michael Yater worried how would he get all the way to University of Maryland Hospital. Then he looked out his snowy windshield and saw a series of snowplows. They led a clear path down I-95, then it got deep. Then another plow train appears.
Somebody above. He was watching. He cleared the road.
The hospital staff is ready, having spent the night. The surgery is a success, and now Yater looks forward to seeing a new grandchild and life's pleasures in years to come. Suzanne Collins, WJZ, Eyewitness News.
You worked hard.
Well, Michael Yater says he is extremely grateful to the parents of a 25-year-old man who chose to donate their son's organs.
Talk about incredible timing and good neighbors.
That's a good story to come out of all that.
It's an amazing story.
The Baltimore County man says he feels fantastic after getting a heart transplant, but the blizzard of 2010 stood in the way of a life-saving procedure. Michael Yater waited over a year for a donor heart. Last week, at the very height of our second blizzard, doctors at the University of Maryland Medical Center found a match. Yater says he's very lucky. Neighbors helped shovel him out and plowed, even paved his way to the very hospital.
Yeah. And I didn't expect to ever see this age of 51. And I just feel fantastic.
402
Yater received his transplant last Thursday morning. He says he's very thankful for everyone's support.